Hi everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel and the Academy for Women's Empowerment. My name is Ferenike and I am a coach for women empowerment. I help women with believing in themselves and helping them achieve anything that they want, personally and professionally. Every Wednesday and Friday, I upload a new video here on my YouTube channel. So if you want to get notified, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The subject for today is a little bit different from what we're usually talking about here on the channel, but I think it's very important to talk about this because I am hugely inspired by the interview that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle gave to Oprah Winfrey earlier this month. And I consider, and I'm going to explain why in this video, Meghan Markle as the epitome of an empowered woman, the epitome of a woman with high self-esteem. And I'm going to explain why. So first of all, I'm just going to give some context here that I am not English, I'm not British, I am Greek, but I lived in London for 7 years. So I do have an understanding of the royal family, how important that is, and how widely admired by everybody, like worldwide. Is a widely admired family, and I love the royal family. I have been following all along. I was so happy when Prince Harry found the one and introduced her to the world, and of course the spectacular wedding. So what is different about now is the way this couple has chosen to manage this going forward, because I feel like the royal family has been dealing with things in a very specific protocol-like way all of those years. The way they deal with the public, the way they deal with the press, it's a very specific way and specific tactics that have been working for all of those years that the monarchy has been around. Now, this couple has a completely different way of living life and dealing with things, and that is they want to live on their own terms. And this is very different from what the royal family is all about and how they have been living their own lives. And I think it's a family dynamic, because apart from the royal family, it's just a family as well, right? And it's a family dynamic that I see everywhere. I see it in my own family, I see it in my friends' families, and everywhere, because we as a new generation, as millennials, we have a completely different genetic material. We are different, and we are not just want to survive, we want to thrive. And in order to thrive, we know that we need to live life on our own terms. So previous generations have been very tolerant in so many ways, professional, political. Like the previous generation were aiming for survival, and they were tolerant to lots of things. Us, millennials, and all the generations after us, I believe, have a completely different genetic material, because we're meant to change how things are done. And we don't have as much tolerance as previous generations have. And I think you can see that on the workforce as well. The things that millennials are willing to put up with are very different from what previous generations did. So I think it's a family dynamic that we see everywhere. So this new couple, this young couple, wants to live life on their own terms. They want to do things the way they wanted to do it, because they know that if they don't, they're not going to thrive. They're not going to be happy. And this is not an option anymore. So however, I think that the royal family had an opportunity to embrace this new way of living, this new way of doing things, but they didn't, because this is a young couple with an American woman that she's not in her 20s. She's already, I mean, when she came into the royal family, she was 36. She's 39 now. So she has lived her life. She's not 20 or 19 like Princess Diana was. So she's not easy to manipulate or maneuver around. She's her own woman. She stands on her own 2 feet and she knows what she wants. So, and because of the ages, I think it's also because if you were to meet Meghan Markle when she was 20, she would probably be a lot more easy to manipulate or control. But because she is in that age now, and also Prince Harry is at the same age, they know who they are, and they know what they are going to do, what they have decided they want to do as a unit, as a couple. So, and if that is not aligned with what the royal family wants, that's fine. I think that's the main thing. And then the other thing is that Meghan Markle was really had a very, very bad and racist experience with the British press, because the British press has been treating Meghan like an outsider, like the black sheep of the family. And that is just not okay. That is just not okay. So the fact that she was open and willing to talk about her experience within the royal family and how vulnerable she felt, I think, I mean, it's I don't think we've seen that before on TV, first of all, but also I think that is a sign of strength and not the other way around. When you're able to say on TV, in public, that you had those thoughts, that you didn't want to be alive anymore, and talk about your feelings and accept what happened, what you lived through, what was your experience, it's just so real and so human. Like the way these people, the couple, talked to Oprah Winfrey made them so human, and we could all relate to them because we've been in their shoes. And sometimes we feel like, oh, princesses and duchesses are not having the same experiences that we have, but they are people just like us, and they're fragile and they're vulnerable. And the fact that she was able to talk about these things, and also Prince Harry was able to talk about this, is a sign of strength. I think what is not a sign of strength is when you try to put your feelings under the carpet, when you try to mask things, when you try to portray that everything is okay when it's not. That is a sign of weakness. And that is what we've seen in real time in that sort of conversation between the couple, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and the conversation they had with Oprah Winfrey, and the way the royal family responded to that. Quite disappointed in how the royal family responded to that interview. They also shared the news about the new baby, which is going to be a girl, and there was no mention on the response from the royal family about that, which was it was sad to say the least, because it is a family after all. But it's very uncomfortable for both of them actually to have those things. But what I'm trying to say here is that an empowered woman is one that she is able to speak about her feelings, and she's not afraid to be vulnerable. Being vulnerable is part of the human experience, is what makes us us. And trying to mask that, it's just fake. That's one thing. The second thing is that when you're not supported and welcomed in a family, that's how Meghan felt, because she was not supported and not protected from the British press by the royal family. If you're not welcomed and you're not supported, you don't feel like you're supported by your family or the people around you, then you leave. You take your dignity and you leave. That is the best way to set boundaries with people and say, I am not going to put up with this behavior. You can be you, but I'm going to be me, and I'm not going to put up with that behavior. Even even if that is the British press, which is, a lot of people and lots of power. So I'm really impressed by how those two people have managed the last 3 years that have been very difficult for both of them. As Prince Harry said, it was very difficult for both of them to go through this, and he couldn't even imagine how difficult it might have been for his mother, Princess Diana. And I mean, it's so admirable, the fact that these two people have gone through this, and I feel like this is so important for their relationship, because that has built the foundation of their relationship now is so strong, because they've been through this hard time together, side by side, and now they're on the other side of the pond. So they made it in a way, and I am very excited what is next for them and what they're planning to do. Very excited about the mental health path that Prince Harry is molding for himself, because he only now started as a Chief Impact Officer for Better App, a startup, a San Francisco startup, and I can't wait what they're planning to do going forward. And I am, admiring Meghan Markle, and I always want to highlight and portray those examples of empowered women, so we can learn from them, so we can be them, and we can all get better as a society and as women. Hope you enjoyed this video. I did. So if you liked it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you again very soon. Until then, take care and love yourself. Mwah.